And hello, everybody. We are live here for episode 21 of the Crystal Crusaders. I am joined by most of my players. James is a little bit AWOL at the moment, and Zach is here, but AFK or something. But the rest are ready to get started, and so we are going to indeed get started. Well, again, James was supposed to do the recap, but he's not here to do it. So, Mike has gladly stepped up to the plate and is going to be delivering us the short recap of what happened last week before we get started. So, Mike, without further ado, why don't you go ahead and tell us what happened last time on Storm King's Thunder?
So the party managed to find this floating castle in the sky, and per the plan, we flew above it and airdropped into it using these magical devices that slow down our speed so that we can land on it safely. We decided to land on one of the towers, I believe, because it was unguarded and it was an easy way into the castle itself. So we worked our way down the tower, and we came to I believe it was a bridge that led to a door from the tower to the main part of the castle. And this door was very heavy and large, so Nibby decided, or the party decided that Nibby should go transform into a small animal and just try to find out a little bit more before we went in. So he transformed into a spider, went around, looked around a little bit, and he found a human or a humanoid-sized door in this giant castle, which he found very odd. I don't believe I saw anything when I looked under the door the first time. But I decided to, or since I didn't see anything, I decided to search for something else. At which point the party grew impatient and decided to go look for me, because I had no way to contact them. And a giantess and two children showed up in decent timing, where they managed to sneak in behind them as she opened the heavy door, which I snuck underneath. They eventually came into the same corridor that I was in. We reconvened, and we headed up to one of the chambers, one of the many chambers, and we found out that it was the master's bedroom, or some kind of leader's bedroom, at least. And the master and his wife discovered Lucas, or Lucas took a bullet for us by stepping out and deceiving them that he was one of the house servants, not slaves. In order for us, the rest of us, not to get caught, as we were looking through the display cases, which we thought would have this magical rod that we are looking for. But it did not, and Lucas had to go to this human-sized door, which was the servant quarters. He was supposed to be instructed on how to become a better servant and to wash himself by another servant. We eventually made it to the door. I snuck in underneath the door as a spider again. I instructed Lucas to knock this person out so that we could escape, which we did. And then we all reconvened again and went to further down the corridor to a different door, which led to the room we are in now, which is a rather large room with several statues lining the walkway up towards. I believe it was. I can't see it on the map, but I believe it was a statue of some sort with gems and whatnots,
It was a throne.
a throne, yes, with there was some kind of gem on it, which blinged Lucas's kleptomania eye, and he decided to go up and try to nick it because the dragon in his head told him to. So this is where we are right now, and turn order has been erected, so we're about to die.
So yes, the last thing that happened was Lucas, after spending several minutes prying loose this massive, like, head-sized black onyx gemstone from the top of the throne, and like you had to clamber up there, so you're like 10-15 feet up in the air.
I fly.
Triggered some sort of like magical trap or of the likes, and there was a like loud bang, and this explosion of force knocked him backwards and sort of temporarily sent him like scattering to the ground. Basically, yeah, as soon as that happened, he like brushed himself off, stood up with the like gemstone, maybe like holding it above his head, like smiling, and then like dust began to crumble off of these statues as they began to sort of animate and come to life, grabbing their spears and shields. And yeah, they're basically like, you wouldn't have any context for it as characters, but yeah, they basically kind of like look like Roman legionary statues. And they're sort of like marble, and they're like, you know, about like 10 feet tall, carved out of solid marble. And they have big like feathered looking cloaks on their back. As they kind of animate and come to life, and you guys can go ahead and roll initiative.
Who has Alexei? I have Briork.
I can take Alexei.
Okay.
Maybe we can get some use out of her.
Oh God.
Yes, Zach?
Let's go.
Really right.
By the way, remember, I added it. Alquil casted aid on me, himself, and one other person before. I think it was Alexei?
No, it was Graknar.
Okay.
Because like at the time of casting, we had been split up into two, and Alexei and Lucas was not with us. So that's why it's like, it's simple. I'll just use these three because we're here.
Yeah.
Nibby. Just need Lucas. You're up
I
there.
mean, I would love to, but it's not loading.
Classic.
How you doing, Zach?
I'm doing alright, my man.
Good, that's good.
Sleepy, but good.
Let me switch this over. Beep, beep. It's gonna be stuck in my head all day now.
It's not even catch tune. I don't get it.
Yes, it is.
No. It's also going to your Witcher's catch tune.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty. Do anything that like repeats like that is just always super catchy.
Yep.
Because humans are wired to recognize patterns. And it's like, oh shit, a pattern. Better have that stuck in my head for the whole day.
There we go.
Alright, so it seems, Lucas, you take the green ones, and we'll take the blue ones.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair.
they're 40 feet below. I'm sorry, Lucas. I don't have range capabilities.
Just jump.
I mean, I have fly. I'm hoping I just go a lot sooner than them, and then I'll just fly up to you guys, and we'll just walk out the room.
Don't say that so the DM can hear you. He'll cheat.
I mean, they're going to fly themselves, so don't worry.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
You think they planned for this eventuality of flying creatures in this giant-sized room?
In a flying castle?
So I was still in the session like last week, and these were not the tokens that was brought out first. Let me just put it that way. They have since been replaced. And the ones that he brought in first definitely flies.
All right, Lucas.
Gargoyles?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I see that these statues are coming to life.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the throne. How quickly does it look like I can snatch the other gems?
The other gems are not as large. They would still take you a minute each to like pry from the throne.
I'm going to fly. Well, obviously, first I'm going to bag that gem.
Mm-hmm.
Fly straight up. How high is the balcony?
So the balcony is on the other
It's
side of the
40
room,
feet.
but 40 feet up. The roof is another 40 feet to 80 feet up. And it's like a big vaulted ceiling.
What's fly? It's 60, right?
60, yeah.
And I was already at least, what, 10 up?
Oh, well, you got knocked back and down by the explosion, so you're on the ground.
Oh. Well, does it look like they have wings on these stone
So
statues?
it looks like they have, from what you're seeing as they're coming to life, it looks like they have big feathered cloaks kind of attached at their shoulders.
Okay. So technically, it doesn't look like they can fly to me.
At least not right away as they're like animating. And you could maybe like make a perception check real quick. We
A
won't
what?
perception check. We won't say it won't be as it won't be an action or anything. Just as like a.
I'm
Do
good at those.
you notice?
11.
No, with an 11, yeah, you don't notice anything different or odd about it. It just looks like a cloak made of like bird feathers or something. What do you do, Lucas?
9.
8.
I'm gonna
7.
pop out the shield. I'm assuming I have like. I'm assuming I at least materialized. I'm assuming I materialized my dagger.
You had yeah, you had your dagger out to like use it to pry
Yeah.
open the
And then. What's behind me? Is it just a wall?
No, so basically there's behind you is the throne, the dais it sits on, and then there's like a curved like back wall of this room that has like a big stained glass mosaic like window. But it's basically like there's no doors or anything that way. It's basically just like a big wide like circular end of the chamber.
I'm going to fly up about 40 feet.
Okay.
Oops, did not mean to open the token. And then I'm going to fly 40 feet that way.
Okay. So you fly off at an angle, instead of shooting up, trying to reach your companions. Okay. Then next up is Gregnar. So Gregnar, you can see these statues coming to life. You are currently standing on the balcony. You are 40 feet above the ground floor where all these statues are. And you can see Lucas making like this mad dash, flying across the room, trying to get back to the lot of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just ready an attack if something comes our way.
Okay. Elko.
Same. I'll take Helgrim's Fury and I'll ready an attack for if anything comes. If any hostile creature comes within attack range.
All right. So then we have the Blue Man group. So they finish shaking off the like dust and buildup from the years, like little bits and pieces of stone kind of crumbling to the ground, grabbing their spears, and indeed as they like fully animate, the feathered cloaks on their backs splay open into a set of like massive sort of like feathered wings that sprout from their backs, and they begin to sort of at least these two down here begin to kind of take flight, as do the ones in the front. Let me see here. Closest intruder to these ones is Lucas. So they fly up to you, Lucas. These ones are going to fly up to the balcony, and you both can get your ready to attacks against them.
Is it just one, or is it my whole attack action?
No, you only
just
when you're
one.
ready, it's just one.
Okay. Just whack. 16.
Okay. A 16 is insufficient. As you bring your axe down, it takes its like big sort of like Legion shield and just knocks it to the side. And a 12 is also sort of insufficient, just kind of parries your blow. And so they are going to strike twice at you, lunging with their spears from behind their shields. We will start with the ones on Alquil. The first strike, a
Hits.
27 for 8. The second strike, a critical hit, hitting for also 8.
Wow.
Nice. Then on Graknar, that will miss. The second one will hit you for 5 points of piercing damage. And then lastly, we have the 2 on you, Lucas.
I grin.
48.
Just
Miss, and then the second one hits you for 7 piercing damage.
Yeah, I should have
Probably gonna go down.
+5.
And then the ones by you, Alquil and Graknar, they fly sort of like 5 feet, 5 feet back and 15 feet up,
can I?
poised with their spears. No,
We
you've
used the
already
reactions
used
to
your
your
reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Right, and then the remainder of the statues finish coming to life. These ones fly up to you, Lucas. These ones fly up and around, kind of somewhat above their compatriots here. But I don't want to put them directly above, so I'm just going to put them like here to represent that they're like above. But also 3-dimensionally within striking range. And they are actually because they can definitely position themselves such that they can all hit you. So, Lucas, 8 spear attacks against you. The first one misses. Second one is a hit for 5. Third one hit for 8.
Mhm.
Then
You stop, I'm down.
Okay.
Unless they're still gonna keep going.
No, I don't think they'll.
Alright.
And they actually, this one knocks you down.
I fall 40 feet to the floor.
Yeah. So since that has happened, I guess that kind of changes things a little bit. So you fall to the floor. One of these ones is actually going to chase after you as you land. And they go to like begin doing something with that. You take 1 failed death save just from falling damage.
Yep.
And I guess this one then continues. It's basically that's its movement though. It's just dashing over to here. All right, Nibby, you just basically see these statues just fly up and just skewer Lucas.
Yep. Well, his greedy ass is gonna die, so. My spells don't reach that long. I will. I'll just do. Alright, that's 60. Was that how far down? How far is he away if I stand in this square?
We're not using Euclidean geometry, so basically he's as far as Even with elevation changes, he's as far as he
Okay.
is.
I will cast. He needs to be able to take some hits. So I'll do a 3rd level healing word. That was weak as fuck still, though. But he looks for 12, and let's go ahead and.
I mean, that was above average.
Could have been better anyway. Let's do this one then. 150 feet. And Alexei will cast a spells does you have? Let's go with a
So, say these ones.
second. No.
Just
Well,
as a
they're-
note, Alexei is currently concentrating on the fly spell on Lucas. So if you cast anything that requires concentration, that will fall.
Oh yeah, no. This is one and done. Catapult. Level 1 catapult on this here blue statue.
Okay.
And
Just in case it
that's-
misses, I'm assuming the line basically goes like that.
Yeah, like basically. So it hits maximum. It's a saving throw, dexterity.
Dexterity.
16. 16.
Okay. So the first one, nope, fails. Oh, he gets slammed by the catapult. Let me double check to make sure the spell slots that she has available are accurate. I believe they should be. So you can go ahead and roll the damage.
If the creature succeeds on the save and has not traveled 90 feet, it continues in the direction within its path must repeat the saving throw, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so it's still just...
Okay, so that was a first level, so...
Oh, and actually I did a healing word, so I can do a cantrip as well.
Yes, you can.
I'll just throw a produce flame on the closest one to me for that. Damn. I don't know if fire will do anything to stone with.
Might. So I'm just trying to make sure her spell slots are up to date. So you used a level 1. So she also used a level 1 herself. So that's 2 of 3. That's at 1 of 3, or 1 of 2, and that's at 1 of 2. Yes, because then that will prevent her from having all of her spell slots used. In case James shows up and it's like, why are all my spell slots gone?
Because somebody useful is playing you.
Okay, so it takes 16 damage from the catapult. And then it takes 11 fire damage from the produce flame. And indeed, your fire seems to be, you know, about as effective as you would expect.
So very effective.
I mean,
I killed all of them?
you threw it as at a statue, so no, but it does full damage. Congratulations. Lucas, you are currently sort of prone on the ground. There is one of these marble statues sort of with its spear pointed down to you on the ground. The rest are flying about 40 feet up where you were before.
So that fly still. Do I really need to use 5 feet, like half my moon speed to get up?
Yes.
Really?
Since you have
Even
the
with
prone,
fly?
since you have the prone condition, it doesn't matter.
Does it only take like half my like walking speed, so like 15?
It takes half of your speed.
Whatever my speed is.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm gonna action dash. So I now have 120 feet. Well, I'm gonna get up first so I don't waste 120, like 60 feet, I guess. And then I'm going to dash. 60 down here. So that's what, 90,
All right.
and then I have
As soon as you
30
try
left.
to dash away, let's resolve this first. So as soon as you try to like dash away, this statue makes a grab for you and tries to hold you down.
All right.
So go ahead and make athletics or acrobatics check. And we'll see if you are okay. Well, it's theoretically possible that the statue can win. It does not, however. So you
But
managed
not
to slip.
likely.
You managed to slip free from its grasp.
All right, 90 here and then 30 straight up.
Okay. So you'll be 10 feet below the balcony level then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Greknar. So yeah, you fly underneath all these statues.
I'm angry. Like,
Hello,
really
angry. I'm the DM.
So, there. And,
All right, you throw yourself into a rage.
where is it? Fucking hell. I don't have a Frenzy Rage here. I'm Frenzy Raging.
Ooh, baby.
I'm going fuck all angry on these guys. And I stand up on the edge of the balcony and I just like take my axe and I kind of grip it as hard as I can, just waiting for it to come closer.
All right, so you ready yourself.
Yep.
It's a good thing you went into a frenzy rage to get a bonus action attack on your turns. Alcohol.
All right. And these fuckers are out of reach.
They are. They very specifically swooped down and then kind of stepped back a little bit.
All right, I'm gonna move over here.
Okay.
Am I within 5 feet of
Actually-
Lucas? Oh,
No,
can I
Lucas
use
is 10 feet below the edge of the balcony.
Okay.
Can I use my Reddit action to grab hold of the statue instead?
Yeah. I mean, you can ready to like try to grapple it.
Good.
So they're 15 feet above. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So they went 5 feet back and 15 feet up, and they have their like spears pointed down as though they're ready to like basically like dive bomb. But this one's basically like on your level because it flew right from where Lucas was.
Okay, so but none of them are within 10 feet of me.
No.
Grappler run launcher.
I'm going to prepare. I'm going to cast Ensnaring Snipe in bonus action, and I'm going to prepare to hit if they come closer to me.
Okay. So let's see here. The programming says
Simon says.
this one flies over here, sort of landing on the balcony over here. That's the closest to him.
But that's me. That's next to me. Can't do that.
Yeah, it is. Okay, so Lucas is 45. Okay, this one also flies over to Nibby. Sorry, but you're the closest, and that's just the way they're programmed.
Just to hack and slash everything they find.
Program day. So I can
These
fry their
ones
We
CPUs
can
with
hack
lightning.
them.
No, I get to
Dive.
fry their CPUs with lightning.
dive towards Alquil and Greknar. You get your readied whatevers.
So like, when it comes flying towards it, just grab his arms and gonna like hold him down.
Okay, go ahead and make the athletics check. With advantage, because you're raging.
Yes, I know.
I will say, however, as long as you are grappling, you cannot use your two-handed axe.
No. Oh, the
Oh,
fuck
wow.
is
That's... Oh, well, you still get him.
I know I can't use max. I have other things in mind.
Teeth.
This one is grappled.
Is it close enough to stuck?
Yeah, this one dive bomb. It did a dive bomb towards you. You could attack either of them. They both came within range about the same time.
All right, I'll attack the one that didn't get grappled.
Okay.
25.
That will in fact hit.
DC 15 strength save. They have advantage since they're large.
Okay. Strength save. With advantage. Of course. Nope, still fails.
Yes. So 7 slashing, and it is ensnared.
Okay. Yes, and as you catch it with the edge of Helgrim's fury, it almost feels like you expect some resistance hitting stone, but your axe kind of like carves through it, almost like a knife through butter, as you hit the hard stone of this creature. Can you roll another d8 for me?
Another d8?
Yep.
Alright.
Okay, so it takes an additional 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Nifty.
And then it is restrained, right?
Yes.
See, it's restrained. Be
restrained.
restrained. I seen the vines. Basically, I guess the way I see it, yeah, the vines kind of have to be like growing off of the balcony and like restraining it in place, so it's not gonna like fall or anything like that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only way it makes sense in my mind. Okay, so that's that. So then 2 of them are going to be attacking Nibby. Hello, Nibby. Sorry about this.
Hello.
Are you though? Like
I don't
really?
believe you.
So the first against you, a 19 for 10.
Yep.
A 16, which I believe misses you.
Yep.
25 for 9. And an 18 for 7.
16.
So 26 in total.
Yep.
Alright, and then on you, Graknar. This one's going to attack you with its spear, twice.
Yep.
Miss. 16
No, that
hits you
matches.
for 4, yeah. And then on you, Alquill, with disadvantage. 1, 2, both miss. Alright, then it is the greens. This one goes towards Lucas. And these ones... Yep. Very, very unfortunate.
I don't believe it is.
Don't worry, they can't beat my AC.
Right.
This one's actually, like, above. I guess, yeah, no, I would have to fly over you because you're so short that it can't.
Finally, my
So
shortness
basically-
is good for something.
Basically, that's as many as can surround you because they can't. If they're flying above, they can't reach you. So this other one's gonna go to Lucas as well. And they all have the 60 feet movement, so they could all get to you fine. So Nibby, there's another 4 attacks against you. Whoop, that one hits for 10. That one misses. That one misses. And then that one brings you down. And then against you, Lucas. 1 hits you for 8. And 5, and I think that's... Yep. So I guess this one dashes instead. Alright, Nibby. And that is an injury for Alexei.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I say the rules for? Where? Okay. She suffers an injury. Okay, so the fly spell ends as she suffers an injury.
I guess it's up to me and Thornton.
Lucas.
Hey. Does the fly spell end before like I go down or after?
So it went. So it would because it was on Nibby. No, wait, no, it's the same time because it's all happening simultaneously.
Okay. So how do I figure out if it happened before I took that failed death save from falling or not?
I mean,
chance die.
You fall regardless, like whether or not the spell ended. You were in the air, so you fall.
Well, yeah, but if I'm still a lot up technically before I hit the ground, I don't take a death save. I feel like that's kind of important.
No, so what? Basically, all attacks in a round happen simultaneously. So Nibby goes down at the same time as you go down, which means Alexei
Alright,
goes
whatever.
down. Alexei takes the injury and loses the spell at the same time as you go down. Everything is
Can I have
happening
that new character
simultaneously.
sheet now, please?
No.
Okay.
You're not dead yet. Go ahead and make your death save, though.
Not one.
Oh. All right, Gregnar, you got this guy grabbed.
Can I like hold on to him, grab a hand axe I have on my belt, and just
Yeah, you can totally like reach down and just basically like pull out a hand axe and you'll have to like toss your axe to the side or whatever, put it away.
yeah, I'm just putting it down. Just
Yeah.
Okay. Great weapon master, raging, fury, frenzy. Just yeah.
Yes, you're doing so many things.
Yes. Hand axe, and it's what the fuck is the rage damage again? It's plus 2 and 3 attacks. D20 plus. Give me a second. This is just me just checking what my rolls are again. I'm just getting it out there. It's plus 3, 6, 7. 7 minus. So it's plus 3. Ah, okay. 1. Come on.
All right. So unfortunately, none of those are able to hit. So you basically just spend the your attacks. You're just wailing on the thing's shield as it like holds it up, and it's just like as you every strike, it feels like you're like just hitting like a solid wall, and like the ripple of shockwave.
I forgot I did reckless attack. So right. So
You didn't
just
say that.
And
Well.
yeah, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm just like,
Yeah, you're just slamming the shield, and it's basically sending like ripples of force like back up your arm. That's making your arm kind of like feel like jello by the end of it. All right, Alquil. Let me see. This one here, this blue one, is the one that is restrained.
Yes. So I am going to use Briork's Zephyr Strike ability.
Okay.
So I get my next attack. And I'm just going to go to town on this guy who's restrained. Hopefully destroy him at least. So... Helgrim's Fury! Wow.
17 is just enough to get past his shield. So you deal 4. I'll basically just say right now. Basically, due to the way adamantine weapons work, and these creatures, their weird position in fiction, you're basically doing critical hits on them as if they were objects.
Oh. So 10 damage then.
Yep. Because they're basically like animated statues, so they aren't really creatures per se.
Does that count? Does that mean like every hit is a crit, or does it mean just like
Yeah.
I deal double damage?
So the way that adamantine weapons work is they score critical hits on objects.
Ah. Divine Smite! Fuck you. So that's 1d. So that's 2d8, so 4d8.
I'm just fixing hand axes attacks meanwhile.
So an additional
Alright.
20 radiant damage.
Yeah, so the blast of energy sort of slams through the statue, blasting off like a big chunk of it. However, it is still mostly there. Well, not mostly there. It is functional still.
Alright.
It has the
I
piece.
will-
You like blow its legs off, but it doesn't need those to function. So it's just like now it's just
Hit it again.
All right, roll your damage. Okay, that is enough to break this statue into pieces, scattering it to the ground down below.
Perfect. Was there any of the other statues here? Have they landed next to us, or are they flying in? Like I know one is grappled.
So this one is grappled. This one's right next to you, and this other one also basically spent its turn dashing up to you. So it is currently like landed on the balcony.
All right, I'm gonna take the green one. I'm going to. I want to use my bonus action on that. Nah, fuck it. If I hit it, I hit it. Yes, that's a hit.
That will hit.
And Divine Smite.
Okay, so 10 slashing damage.
And another 20
Another
radiant.
20. All right. So this one, you again like chop into it, as basically like a knife through butter, like just slice off one of its legs, but it's still like standing there, sort of like mostly held aloft by its wings. So it's like standing there on one leg with its spear, just like, it's just a flesh wound. Come on, dude.
That's what a sketch.
I was gonna read the rest of this Helgrim's Briork's ability here. Zephyr Strike. Increase, you don't approach opportunity attacks. Make additional action with the attack. The additional attack is what I did, but all these squares close to Nib here is occupied, so it's not like I can just run over there, I think. Unless one of them is flying in the air, and I can just walk under them.
No, they all kind of like landed along the balcony.
Okay. I will stand my ground.
Okay. So blue. This one's grappled. This one here. Let's say this one didn't. This one is going to pick up Nibby. Whee. And basically like hold it. It puts its holds it in its shield arm and basically is like holding its spear. Basically just like grabbing Nibby. As it flies. Because you're 2 sizes smaller than it, it can do so unimpeded. It flies over here. 40 feet. This one's grappled, so it can't move. This one is going to fly up here. Okay, so
Alquill is just slashing and bashing things, and I'm just standing there with one in my hand and just
just slamming into a shield. So we'll do the one on Alquill first.
All right.
2 spear attacks against you. The first one, I believe, hits you for 10.
Just give me a second. Yes.
Okay. Then on Draknar, the grappled one. Miss. Then you take 5.
I used reckless attack, by the way.
Oh, yes, of course, you did. So we'll say... we'll re-roll for... Okay, yeah. So the first one is actually a crit. And actually deals you 12 points of damage. And reduced to 6. Yeah. And then I'll roll a d20 just to see if the other one would crit. Nope, okay.
So 5. More there.
11. And then the last one that's sort of like grabbing Nibby also stabs out at you with its spear. Advantage.
Punches you with me.
So you take 4 and 4, so another 8. And let me see then. Movement wise. So then this one has 20 feet, kind of like, again, like back 5, up 15. You can make an opportunity attack.
Me?
Yeah. With your hand axe.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay. So you swing with your hand axe, like reaching out.
I'm just gonna roll that. The damage was fucked, so I'm gonna roll
Okay.
1d6
Feel free.
plus strength. 4, 6,
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
plus 10.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yep, adding that all together. Yeah, so you swing out with your hand axe as this thing leaves your range, and the blade like strikes it square in its like chiseled abs, and then you just feel this horrific shockwave go through your arm, as basically like every action has an equal and opposite reaction, but it's clear that it felt none of it, so you get the full brunt of everything coming back into your arm. Your arm just feels like jello, and you have done nothing to the statue. Your weapon is worthless.
Okay. Good to know.
This one is also going to similarly sort of like back down, back away from you, Alquil, so you can make an attack against it.
All right.
That
No.
will miss. Okay, the greens. This one. Come with me, Lucas.
Come with me if you want to live.
I was going to say the same.
Come with me, and you still won't live.
Come with me. You're going to die. You little cunt.
It is slowed due to the fact that Lucas has only one size, so it cannot get to any of your companions, so it's just going to begin flying away. This one goes up to Alquil. This one flies around to Greknar. Alquil. Let's do
Yep.
Greknar first, because I already have it set for advantage. So, Greknar. You take 3 and 5, so 8.
8 damage.
And Alquil, you take 9.
9. Okay.
All right, Nibby.
This is-
Cool. Lucas. Ooh, okay,
God,
so
fucking damn it.
Lucas, coughing and spitting up blood. You come to life, like held over the shoulder in one arm in this statue that's sort of flying away.
How high up are we?
So he basically like picked you up off the ground, so you're maybe like half speed, so like 30 feet at most.
30 feet?
Mhm.
How grappled am I, or held?
So you are like grappled basically. Like you failed the check because you were unconscious. You failed the check, so he got to grapple you for free. So he's basically just carrying you around. But you're
So I
not
have
not
zero-
restrained or anything. You just have 0 movement.
So I can still, like, attack and stuff.
Yeah, you can still attack.
I want to... Can I use my longbow? If I were something?
You can, but you would have disadvantage because a creature is within melee. Also, it takes an
Something like
action.
that.
It takes an action to summon a weapon. Remember,
Oh, I know.
you're just gonna continue to pretend to play dead. Is that your game plan?
No, I'm thinking here. Hold on. I only have 1 HP.
That's all you need. 1 HP in a dream.
Doesn't usually end well, but
I'm a Eldritch Blast, the one that Alquil hit, which I'm assuming is the one missing a leg.
That's this green one back here.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna bonus action Hexblade's Curse it.
Okay.
I don't know why I sent that to GM because sorry. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Your attacks are at disadvantage, like I said.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So.
Let's roll again. Okay, so that's the same. So yeah, that hits for 3, plus whatever your, plus another 3, right? Gain a bonus to damage rolls. Yeah, so an extra 3, so it takes 6 force damage, and then a whopping 4 force damage.
And then the other one missed, actually.
Oh yes, okay. So then it doesn't take any. Okay, so it is still up. All right. Anything else? You just like snap awake, and start firing.
No.
All right, Greknar. Yeah. So you sort of recover from your axe, your hand axe rebounding off this statue as you hit it, and you realize that your non-magical sort of hand axe is kind of worthless in this situation.
yeah. So I take the drop the hand axe down in the holster, whatever. Can I grab my two-handed because I've just had it right next to me?
Yeah, so you can pick it up for free,
Yeah.
or as like you can pick it up as your interaction, but you will have to let go of this guy.
Yeah. The thing is, I'm gonna like reach one hand down, hold the creature with the other hand, and just take the axe, drop him, and just.
Yeah, go ahead. So you like basically like reach down, grab the axe, and then like really quickly let go and swing it up into him before he can like get away.
Yeah, just fucking shred the fucking shit out of him. Again, reckless attack. Because I'm a reckless little piece of shit. He's gonna go die.
Oh my god. What is that? God, 28 or 50, 51.
51? No.
Yeah, it's 40, and then 8 plus 3 is 11, so 51.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. 51. Sorry, yeah.
Wow, that's hilarious because they have 52 HP. So you all but kill this thing. It is like you just like carve into it, and now it is basically just like an arm and like a torso like floating as your axe just like slams into this thing. It's like its lower body just explodes into chunks that go like scattering all over the place. But it's unfortunately still standing.
I look at Alquill for a second and go like, I just grit, and I just slam into it one more time. And one more time.
Missed with both.
Oh, I love it. Oh. Unfortunately, after sort of perhaps in a moment of hubris, you sort of are just like, oh, this will be easy to finish off, and you whiff wildly with the first blow, and the second blow it brings up its shield and parries it to the side. Basically what remains of its body is like its arm with the shield, its arm with the spear connected to like its shoulders and its head. It's like all that's left, and its wings kind of sprouting out the back. Elko.
Right. So, which one is on 1 health?
The one right above me, the blue one.
So this one basically, yeah, it has 1 HP left because he did 51 out of 52 damage. This is the one that you hit. It's also looking pretty low, and it has
By the way,
Lucas's Hexblade curse on it.
All right. I am going to strike once against the one I'm almost destroyed. Nope.
No, that will not hit.
I'm going to strike it the second time.
That 18 will hit. 8.
For 8.
Okay.
Is it alive?
It is still there. Again, you sort of cut through it. There's a big gash in its chest now, where you tore through it, but it's still animated.
All right. I am going to. That's an action. That's an action. That's an action. Bonus action. Shield of Fate.
Right, you conjure forth a barrier
Yes.
to defend yourself, and that is all, I believe. Okay.
I hope maybe it's not dying.
You don't know? 'Cause
I know.
he's dying. What?
Okay, so the marble statues, blue ones. So this one, we'll say the damaged one is going to attack you, Greknar. This one swoops down to attack sort of from above this other one at you, Elkwil.
Okay.
And then this one that's carrying Nibby shifts him over and strikes towards you, Greknar. So, Alquil against you. Miss and miss. Greknar against you. Miss. Oh wait, you're.
Advantage.
Yep. Okay, so that's the first strike. It misses. Then the second strike will hit you for 3. And then the last one, I hit for 2 and a miss.
2 and 3. Okay, fine.
Does 15 hit you?
No.
No.
That's
And then they both sort of, after their dive bomb, back off a bit. And you can make an opportunity attack against either one.
Yes. The one with low health.
Yes. I would assume that
My-
would be probably the...
My already target.
Mm-hmm. All right, yeah. So you, as it like backs away, and it seems like it's part of almost like it's again, these are like constructs, like animated constructs. So they basically like they have a script that they execute, and so it's backing away because that's like part of its script is attack and back away. And then you take advantage of this like moment and strike it down as it heads back away from you, and cut it to pieces, and it smashes to marble and clatters to the ground.
Good.
Yes, these things, they have no sense of self-preservation, it seems. They just do as they are told.
I obey.
And I believe that's everything. This one, again, backs up from you, Alquil, so you can make an attack against it.
There we go.
Alright, so we'll hit.
Got any more smites left?
I'm going to first do this, and then Divine Smite it.
Went really shit in the beginning, and now me and Thor is going to town.
14.
14, alright.
Right.
Nice solid blow against this thing. You carve a deep gash across the chiseled marble sort of like abs of this creature. Defacing defacing this incredibly valuable statue. What have you done?
Yeah, well, I feel like this is an all or nothing situation, guys.
Yeah, go
Like
hard or
with-
go home, boys.
with,
All
three,
right.
with 3 people down, that's how I'm feeling about this.
Let me see here.
What do you mean? There's only 2 people down.
I don't know that you're back up.
Let
You
me,
just saw me fire off Eldritch Blast!
I mean, you did.
Oh, I thought you were playing dead, playing possum.
No, I'm throwing Eldritch Blast.
Yeah. Okay.
I go in on all or nothing.
Right, so I think this guy with a 10, I don't think he notices that you're like back alive yet.
Yeah.
So he just basically continues like flying down where he was going, moving at half speed. So he like flies you down over here.
He's setting me. Is he just going back to his original place and holding me?
I mean, maybe. You're not sure. He just seems to be
All right.
flying away. All right, so then these ones on Alquil and Greknar are going to make attacks. One of them can attack either one, so let's see here. Programming says Greknar. So 2 of them are going to be attacking Greknar. 1 is going to be attacking Alquil. The one on you, Alquil, first. This is the one that's like missing a leg, basically. So you get hit for 9 and 6, and then 2 con saves.
Yep.
Don't forget, we all have like potions.
You do have potions. Okay, you're fine on Shield of Faith. And then Greknar against you. You take 4. And then everything explodes.
Huh?
No, everything just started lagging. Oh,
Alright.
the page randomly decided to reload itself. Thanks.
Yeah, because I was like 4. I was like,
Take 4, 3, 3, and a miss.
4 plus 3 plus 3.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. No, I got 10.
Jesus.
Okay, so and then they all leave your range. Alquil, you can make an attack against any of them. I'm guessing you're gonna attack the one that's basically almost dead.
Yes.
Greknar, both of the ones that leave your range are equally healthy. So
But they have cooldown on their
Yeah,
opportunity.
but I've used my opportunity attack, so I can't.
oh yes, because it hasn't been your turn yet. But
Oh
Alquil-
yes, that's right. Oh well.
I've
Yeah,
shredded
that's
the
true.
one.
that's true because you used it last turn. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, Nibby. All right, Lucas, you're alive, but you're slowly being like dragged away.
I mean, Eldritch Blast is a really long range.
It does, yes.
Can I still see the one that like is almost dead?
I'll say you sort of like it has a little bit of cover just due to like the balcony and the angle, but you can see it, yeah.
A little bit of cover, eh?
A wee bit of cover. Only just a wee bit.
And I'm already rolling with disadvantage. I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. Blue.
Blue.
I missed both.
Nope. Yeah, those will both miss. All right, Greknar.
Is anyone within reach if I move towards them?
No, they're all flying about 15 feet up.
Can I use like item interaction or bonus action to like? Oh, bonus action, Hexblade's Curse. 5 hex damage to the
Okay.
Hexblade one. And then can I use item interaction to pull out a fucking potion?
Yeah, you can use an item interaction to pull out a potion,
All right, I do it.
so you have it in your hand.
I take a potion out and I shove it in Alquil's mouth.
5 damage.
Right. Okay.
Still alive.
Drink.
Drink.
So
Okay.
potion of healing. What does the one normal ones do again?
2d4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2. Just turn around, just look into your mouth.
Yay.
No,
Move
I
to the
look,
right.
I look at him like, we're probably not getting out of this one alive.
I dodge, like move closer to like a bit closer to your left, I guess, if you're facing downward. I'm not sure where we're facing. On the right on the map. Move a
Okay.
bit closer to this one.
Okay. I will move closer to that one then.
Okay.
How close do you want me to go?
Close. Yeah, that's fine.
Alcohol.
I will move up here. Hopefully Nibby is within my fucking aura range now. And I will drink a potion.
All right. You drink another potion of healing. There's definitely not side effects to drinking a ton of these back to back.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to live like get old anyway.
All right. Is that all?
Yeah, I don't have any other things I think I can do at the moment.
All right. So here comes the Blue Man group. The one with Nibby eats kind of dive bombs. We'll just say split the difference. That one attacks Alco, one attacks Greknar. One against you, Greknar.
Yep.
You take.
Not advantage now.
Oh right, you didn't reckless. So the first one is the same, so that hits, and that is also the same, so that hits.
Okay.
So
11.
5 and 3.
Yep. 8 points of damage, and then against you, Alco. One hits you for 8.
Yep. Puts me right down to 8 again. Well, again I say. Anyway, con save.
And then they both back up and away.
All right, I'm gonna hit the one Nibby is on.
Okay.
Can I? Yeah, same. Like, I'm gonna follow up on him on everything. Just
Saving Private Nibby is pretty damn important. I'm gonna use my last second.
Not
spot.
advantage.
That's Supreme Colonel, maybe, to you.
Supreme Colonel, maybe.
That's 15, not 26.
Okay, 15 will miss. Okay, Divine Smite.
Yes, at second level, which then makes it a 3D.
Commander. So,
That makes it 68 then.
All right. With a blast of divine energy, the statue explodes into pieces. Nibby sort of clatters out of its arms onto the ground as it tries to fly away. Kind of ends up right there.
Nice.
Right, and that's blue. Green. Nope. So Lucas, this one that's carrying you.
It notices.
Descends down to the ground. And you're sort of like in its over its shoulder, kind of like grabbed in one of its arms. You see it like puts its spear like face point down onto the ground. Its wings sort of fold back up, and then it just solidifies like a statue. And suddenly you go from feeling just grappled to being restrained in place within this statue. These ones are going to see how can they one can fit in there, one can fit in there, and one can fit in there. Cool. All right. So I guess we will at least one on Alquil, one on Greknar, and then split the difference on the other one. That one goes after Greknar as well. So Alquil.
Yep.
Miss hits you for 6. Greknar. 3 points of damage.
on me?
Yep.
Okay.
2 points of damage. Miss. And 5 points of damage.
You still alive? You still with us?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm still looking.
I'm doing okay.
All right, Nibby.
+4 to your
What?
death save.
I'm sorry, Nibby, but that's not a valid action.
Okay.
But
I think you clicked the wrong button. Okay. I don't know why that says that. That's weird.
it's +4 to whatever he rolls.
All right, Lucas. You are now restrained within this statue.
I can still cast Eldritch Blast.
Yep. Still disadvantage.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast the blue one, which still is somehow alive. Or not the blue one, but the green one. Who I probably have a better view on now.
Ah, shit.
Hexblade's Curse! I mean, Hexblade's, like, Maddening Hex, there it is. 5 psychic damage to it. I don't know if psychic damage does anything to this. I don't think it does. Maddening Hex, 5 hex damage.
Yeah,
Or-
no, they are immune to psychic damage.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, and both those Eldritch Blasts missed. Grickner.
Oh, God.
Oh no, Nibby.
He's
I'm just
posting numbers in the chat.
writing.
Yeah, he's just posting numbers
Remember.
in the chat.
And one
I
more.
look at Greknar and go like, you have any ideas?
Correct? You look at yourself?
Hold that a mirror.
I look at Greknar. I look at the axe and I go like, ah, no.
Fuck. I mean, there's a Hail Mary pass I have. Like, unless Nibby is dead. But I don't know if he's dead. Can't see if he's dead or not. So,
Okay, what's your plan? Quickly, come on.
I'm just going to pump Nibby full of healing. I think. See if we can get him back up.
If we can get a giant snake.
I stand in front of Nibby.
Whoa!
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 Not cool, Morton. This is a
Nice.
family-friendly Twitch stream.
I stand in front of Nibby.
You said Nicky.
I stand in front of Nibby. I pull out my axe, put my back towards him, like, you go. And I go, like, prepare an action for whatever comes towards us.
All right.
All right.
By the way, there will be no big snakes anyway. I got that. Oh shit, that was the GM.
Yeah, he did. He did use both of his wild shapes, turning into a little spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but he's probably has spells or something.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, Alquo.
All right.
Going to troops.
Status.
Drop off.
Stand aside. Clear. Shock.
All right. So as you build the magical power in your hands, ready to sort of inject it into Nibby to like kickstart the little halfling's metabolism and heal his wounds. You sort of build the magic up, place him on Nibby's body, and there's no flow. There's no like conduit there. You just feel the magic sort of within your hands, refusing to enter into Nibby's body.
Can I read it like this Greknar?
Yeah, I mean, like, you can basically, like, you're doing this, you, like, realize it's not gonna do anything, so you can kind of...
Alright, yep, quickly. All those 20 hit points. Greknar!
I like
Maybe stats.
24 then. Okay. Let's go.
That's effectively 48 for you, so, you know.
Yep.
Alright. The last blue man. He come.
Ready to attack.
He goes.
Nope. Oh, man. Alright. Well...
We hit each other.
Yeah,
Oh,
your
man,
weapons,
Axon,
your
spear
weapons,
point
your
me.
weapons clash in midair. There's a flash of sparks. It's super anime. You're like like beam clash struggle. And then
I mean, it's not once. Wouldn't it be a disappointing thing? Is that?
no,
Two nat ones together.
two
becomes,
nat
like,
ones together.
Okay,
Make
Two
a,
negatives becomes a positive.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, and then the second attack just misses wide, and that is it for the blue group. Green group.
He backs away, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yes. Second one attack.
Ha!
Ah, you fool!
Aren't you recklessing?
No.
No,
You
he-
can't
he
you can't
didn't-
reckless on a on another turn anyway.
No, but what was the first attack then?
My hold action.
Oh,
Already action.
okay. You take a good chunk out of it, but the statue is still animate.
I look over at Alquin and go like, we're probably not gonna get out of this alive.
Deja vu.
Oh, we'll go out swinging.
Oh yeah.
All right. Alquo.
Yep. So
I have to put on a song for this.
that's 26 was against me.
Yep.
Bye.
Goodbye. All right. Greknar then, the last remaining attack from Alquil. Misses. Misses. That one hits you for 2. And then the last one, gets you for 5. And then that
7.
misses. So you take 7 total. And they all back away. This one here is the one that's basically just like super fucked up.
Oh yeah.
But you already used your reaction. I guess that's true. Like, you wouldn't have... whatever. Lucas.
no, we need to keep up the ruse. I'm rolling death saves.
I'm going
But
to.
the ruse is over. They
What's the health potion? 2d4 plus 4, right?
2d4 plus 2 is a regular ass health potion.
Right, 2.
Potion of healing.
I'm gonna drink a potion for 7,
Okay.
and then I'm going to item God, I don't know if I want to do this. Item interaction. I'm going to pull out my bottle of smoke that I can't remember the fucking name of for the life of me.
The ever smoking bottle.
Yeah, there it is. And then I am. I don't think I can unstopper it, can I?
I think it's an action.
Yeah. Just gonna play dead.
Okay. You do that.
Yep.
Gregnar,
The Lucas adventure.
you see Alco just go down.
How far up are people?
So they all fly up about like 15 feet after they strike.
There's a railing here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I run, jump on the railing, and slam into the statue?
Yeah, I mean, you could climb up the railing. It'd be difficult terrain because it's you're climbing up it. It's because it's a railing built for giants, so it's like 15 feet
right.
up. Yeah.
Oh, right. That's fucking perfect.
So yeah, you would have to climb up at half speed, but yeah.
Is that the same place? Is that the same height as they are?
Give or take, yeah.
So I can climb.
The only one that's actually within melee of that one, yeah, is that one there.
So can I like climb up here and slam this one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll say like your athletics is good enough that I'm not even gonna make you like you can climb it. It's fine.
I'm raging as well, so
Yeah.
strength.
Your passive climb is good enough.
Just jumping up the railing there. Great Weapon Master. I'm just slamming into this one full on.
Alright, so I
And,
imagine you sort of like grab.
I forgot I'm gonna reckless.
Okay.
I'm just adding one more just to see if it's a crit.
Okay.
Oh.
So you like grab onto the baluster, pull yourself up onto the top of it quickly, run along, and then just bring your great axe up and swing down through this statue, and it just gets sort of cleaved in half. What remains of it, and this one sort of clatters to the ground, exploding in a shower of marble bits.
We killed the Blue Man Group, guys.
That's 4 of them.
Is it stupid if I ask if I can jump towards the green one and just slam into that one as well?
You definitely can, but you will fall afterwards.
Yeah,
How far is it?
That's damage I don't want to take.
Yeah.
And falling damage is not. It's like
Yeah, that's what
It's
I mean.
true
That's
damage.
damage I don't want to take.
gravity. It won't. Your rage won't help against that.
Unfortunately, I didn't get the time to. While I was conscious.
Okay, I'm gonna basically like take a knee, basically, and just hold my axe ready, just ready for whoever comes next.
Okay. Elgwell.
All right. I'm going to use my inspiration on death save.
You're fishing for that
Classic.
20, aren't you?
Just really wants it.
Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, I need to also
Double 19.
change the modifier now for the.
Why do you what?
Because I have cloak of protection, it adds +1 to all saves.
Why is it +5 -4?
Because I have it because my paladin ability adds +4 to all of my saves. That included the death saves. I had to add in a modifier.
Oh yeah, because you're unconscious and it doesn't work on death
Yes.
saves.
So I had to remove the 4, but I'm not sure if my cloak of protection counts on death saves.
I mean, it's a
but it
saving.
added
It's a
some-
saving throw.
All right.
It's called a death saving throw.
Yep.
Okay, so. And the Marble Warriors. Oh, here they come. Watch out, Graknar.
Who wins? The Marble Warriors or the
Can I
Crystal
attack him?
Crusaders?
You attacked on your turn, so you can't ready.
I'm like, when that one goes away, if I survive, that is, I'm gonna slam into him.
Sure, yeah. Well, we'll see if you survive first.
Yes, I know.
Right, so that misses. That misses. 2, 5, so 7. Miss. And 5, so you take 12. 12 damage before they all
slam into him. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Unfortunate.
I didn't unfortunately get time to tell you to take my weapon.
Okay. Lucas. You're not
I'm
really
gonna
sure what's going
unstopper the
on. But...
vial of ever smoke.
Okay. So that
Large
creates
cloud
like a
of like
60
foot of
yeah,
black
60
smoke
foot
starts
cloud
spreading
around
out.
Lucas.
What was that?
I said a 60-foot cloud appears around Lucas.
And then bonus action. I mean not bonus action, but item interaction. I'm gonna pull out my next
That's a pretty big cloud, actually.
vial of potion.
Is it a 60-foot radius? Is it,
Um,
or is it 60-foot diameter? It's probably radius, isn't it?
I'm not 100% sure. Let me go get my
What?
book.
I think it's probably in the. Probably just look it up.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's probably there.
Yeah, there it is. Ever smoking bottle. The compendium says. Let's see, 60-foot radius. Nice. Okay, so the cloud is this big.
It's fucking huge.
It's fucking huge.
Hide in the cloud on your off turns.
How thick is it?
It's heavy obscurement, so it's like heavy
Yeah.
smoke.
Okay.
And it spreads to 120 feet next turn.
Good.
Well, I think it takes it spreads by 10 feet until it gets to
Oh, okay.
120. Yeah. Which, I mean, at 120 feet, it would just fill this whole room. All right, so that's your turn there. So Greknar.
I'm gonna the smoke. I can see the smoke, right?
Oh yeah.
It just thickens.
Hard
So,
to miss.
I'm gonna start running this way into the smoke on the railing, and as I'm passing into the smoke, I just take my axe and just whoop towards this one. I know a disadvantage or something like that, but I'm just throwing my axe at it.
You're just throwing your great axe at it?
Yeah, I can't reach it, can I?
Okay.
Or can I reach it?
No, you can't reach it.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it would be disadvantage. And it's not, you're not proficient because it's a
Yeah.
it would be an improvised weapon. So
Yeah. Can I just use the great weapon, a great axe one, and just remove the proficiency on it?
yeah, so it would just be a
Okay.
regular great axe attack.
So it's -3 on this one because I'm raging a 2-weapon master, just everything at it.
Okay, you can't 2-weapon master on a ranged attack.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. Then it's just the one without. That's just
yeah,
raging.
and you don't get rage bonus damage on ranged
No, no.
attacks either. So just
It's
a
just
regular
more
regular
force.
attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you throw your axe blindly through the cloud.
No,
and...
it's before I. 'cause
Okay,
you
before.
said
Okay.
Yeah, I run into the cloud, throwing it, and just slide into the cloud, and I try to find the end, and I start climbing down from here. Just
Okay.
slide down it.
Yeah. So you see your axe kind of spiral through the air and like miss.
Yeah, slightly annoyed by that.
How cool.
Would have been
Alright.
cool.
Yeah, no, I tried.
You tried.
I still think you're cool.
Oh.
Aw.
Oh, it rolled twice there, but yeah. Okay, it rolled a few
Okay,
times.
it rolled.
This is the
It rolled a
first one.
couple times. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now these statues, basically,
How confused are they?
I mean, they can't see. They don't seem to have any sort of special sight. So, I mean, these ones are basically just they can't see anything for now. So they basically just end up flying in a random direction. Oh wow, they both end up flying in the same random direction. Weird. which is
Or I'm gonna fly and just break the stained glass windows.
I don't think the cloud has quite reached there yet.
They're like birds that tries to fly into your house, just slam into the window.
This one could possibly, because you're on the outskirts of the cloud, could maybe see you. Let's see.
By the way, I'm climbing down on the other side.
Okay, you're
like-
clambering over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ish trying to hide from it.
Okay, so I think it probably, like, it's not so much that it sees you, but it kind of, like, hears vaguely where you are.
Yeah.
Probably begins to, like, move to... It, like, dive bombs into the smoke. And then it's just, like, swinging wildly at you.
Disadvantage.
Yes.
Basically just doing a large sweep.
Did you,
No, I couldn't when I threw.
Okay, yes, yeah, because you can't do it when you throw. So, disadvantage. It still manages to catch you.
Both times.
And I think, yeah, as you're like climbing down, you just hear this sound kind of like whiz past you, and then like the sharp point of a spear kind of hitting you in the back. And then everything goes even more black somehow.
Well.
How am I the only one at the end of this?
But
Lucas is still up.
uh,
Oh, dude, yes.
okay, so you save yourself on the first attack,
Yeah.
and then go down on the second. You only have 4 HP left, so the first attack would bring you down, and then the second would hit you.
I know. It's sad.
You tried. It was a good effort.
I didn't think he would see me inside the smoke.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really see you. But he did hear you. So that's that. So, Lucas, you're not really sure
Is it
what's going on. You
possible
can't
for me to
see
slip,
either.
Like my restraints.
You can use an action to try to, like, break free from the statue. It would be a strength check.
I can't slip.
Nope.
Like acrobatic slip.
Nope.
It would be straight up what, strength check or
Just
acrobatics check?
a strength check.
I'm sorry, strength or athletics, but strength.
Nope, just a flat strength check.
Can I drink my potion first?
I mean, you would have to wait till next turn to do the to try to break 3.
I don't know what's going on outside of here.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you can't see anything. It's
You're
just
right.
smoke.
I'm gonna try to break free.
All right, go ahead.
Whew, strong boy hours. Whew, whew.
Strong
Alquill,
boy.
give me strength. Even with disadvantage, I still got it.
Oh man. Nope. All right, Gragnar.
Yeah. It's just normal Constitution saving throws, isn't it?
No, it's just a flat flat D20 roll. Death save. It's on the sheet.
Oh. All right, I can just do like this. GM.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Alquill.
Yep. Holy. Okay.
Did you nat 20?
Ugh.
It was either a nat 20 or a nat 1.
I mean, these guys, they can't see what's going on because of the fucking smoke. But I think this one's kind of grabbing up Greknar.
Don't forget the smoke. I mean, he still can't see Ragnar.
Yeah, but he downed him and knows vaguely where he is. He can take his whole turn, like, looking around and grabbing him. It's not...
Likely story.
Okay, so Lucas.
Alright. So what, one more and then I'll say, like, it's impossible and I won't be able to?
I mean, that's up to you, but yeah, I mean, you don't know.
Oh, I mean, if I can keep going, I'll keep going.
You can keep trying. There's nothing that's gonna stop you from keep trying.
12.
12 is insufficient.
Alright. Brad, just tell me now, is it possible? The max I can roll is 21.
It is possible.
Okay. I mean, that's my action.
All right, Gragnar.
Oh,
Okay. Alco. Buddy, old pal. Old friend.
I start crawling through the smoke.
Yes! Well, the smoke might not be... No, the smoke would hit you. Because the smoke's at what?
It went up
60,
to
70, 80?
80, yeah. So it's like, whoop.
You would know that smoke's coming from your buddy, Lucas.
You all die of asphyxiation. All right.
buddy. No.
All right, Lucas, what's the plan?
I mean, there's no other plan. I can only attempt to break it. I have no spells. I don't want to attack this thing and fear that it's going to wake up and just bop me on the head. Wow, big ol' 3.
Nope. Gragnar.
Yes.
Alcohol is... Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. So, Lucas, I mean, how long do you want to continue trying this? Okay. You break free. Finally.
Do I start hearing, like, the statues fly around and, you know...
Yeah, I mean, you can hear the statues, like, flying. Some of them seem to be, like, you hear, like, as they, like, set down onto the ground. And I think you begin to hear shouting in the distance. Like, large, like, deep guttural shouting.
I'll, like... I'm on the ground, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, you break free, you're on top of the statue. You can climb down to the ground if you want.
I'll climb down, take a few steps forward, and I'll just kind of, like, sort of whisper as, like, hello?
There is no response. And
What?
again, you
Well,
can't
he's crawling.
you can't see anything.
And I'm also now like level 40 feet above you.
Yeah, he's 40 feet above you in smoke, like on a balcony, like super far away. Like there's no way you'd be able to like hear him or respond. As far as you know, you're the last one alive because of all this smoke.
I'll do it a little louder, I guess.
I mean, it doesn't matter how loud you shout; nobody's going to respond.
What?
Oh no. Do I remember what was on the other side of the stained glass?
No, because it's stained glass. You can't see through it. Presumably outside.
What the fuck is Alexa, by the way? What happened to her? She just
Oh,
down too, or...
she's like down with Nibby.
Well, Nibby died.
Yeah. The footsteps grow louder, and you hear like shouting, like, "What is this? Something is happening in the audience chamber."
I'll make him dash.
I said,
towards...
and you hear like, "What's this smoke pouring out from behind the doors?"
dash towards the.
Does he understand it? Is he giant?
No,
No.
he doesn't speak
No,
giant.
he doesn't.
Like,
He
At
doesn't.
this point, I make a mad dash towards the glass. Summon
Okay.
the great sword
I
or a mole, probably.
don't know. I guess yeah. You make a mad dash towards the glass. We'll say.
And I'm just gonna fucking like
Guess it's not
smash
really
it.
good. All right, make an attack roll.
I'm just gonna have the great sword.
Actually, what's the maximum amount of damage you can do with the greatsword?
2d6 plus 6.
I mean, like, what is that? 18?
6 plus 6, 12. Yeah.
Okay. You cannot possibly beat the damage threshold of this glass, so it is impossible for you to
really?
break it. Yeah.
Huge fucking. It is giant glass. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's pretty
Giant
like
glass.
thick like glass.
So I'm assuming this smoke is fucking filling this entire room pretty much right now, almost.
Yeah, and spilling out into the halls. At this point.
I'm gonna along the wrong side of the walls and go to where I remember the door being.
Okay.
And basically, I'm just gonna use this huge cloud of smoke to obscure the way and like attempt to sneak out
all right.
to the outside.
Go ahead and make a stealth check. So you're flying back up to the
I can't fly.
oh right, you can't. So yeah, you go over towards one of the doors. And I think as you're running towards, I mean, you can't see anything. But I think you hear like the doors kind of like opening, and there's more shouting, which like is subtitled basically. Like it's like,
Yeah.
where is all this smoke coming from? Somebody do something about it. I think the door like opens in front of you. You hear these like giant footsteps, like kind of entering into the room. And do they have?
Smoke vision.
Yeah.
No, but
You
they
want me to roll a stealth real
might-
fast as well?
Yeah, go ahead and make a stealth roll. I'm just trying to see if they have.
Nat 20.
Oh. Well. No. Do you have advantage?
Yeah, I have boots of elven
Elven
kind.
kind?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you like basically like sneak past them, right as one of the giants he like steps forward, and it's that again like you can't see what's happening, but it's like it's that same kind of like giant that you saw back, like the noble looking one. He like steps forward, and like closes a hand, and you see like a violent fury of wind begins to like spin around him, and the smoke begins to like disperse rapidly from around him, but you like just keep running. And you manage to like slip past them as they like disperse the smoke and look at the scene in the room.
Can I try death saving throw again to see if I wake up?
Were you
Yeah,
not
get one
on?
more.
Yeah, you get one more, I think. Yeah. Okay, you get two more. Okay. All right, and so, I think we're gonna take a break.
Figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, figure out where this goes from here. All right, we will be right back.
So guys, how are you?
Okay, so we are back here, and Lucas basically, upon seeing the situation, has decided to go run off somewhere and hide amidst the giant chambers. I think you're looking around for a while, like kind of like wandering through the hallway. Um, there isn't really like a broom closet per se, but you do find a pantry that doesn't seem to be frequented very much.
Oh, I'll hide in a bag of Cheerios.
And that's on the first floor. So you stumble into a pantry, and begin like hiding there to sit down to rest. At this point, basically, meanwhile, elsewhere, unbeknownst to Lucas, seeing as he is sitting down for an hour, the rest of you on the balcony are discovered and kind of
Eaten.
captured, as it were. And of course, there's a lot of shouting in Giant and some subtitles, and nobody really knows what's going on. So basically, an hour passes.
Woo! Invisibility. I'm gonna explore the castle.
Okay.
I'm very much gonna frequent probably servants' quarters to see if I can get a clue of what's going on, or servants and stuff, because I know some of them can speak the common tongue.
So basically, yeah, you run away. You're in the pantry room. Can you go ahead and roll a d4 for me, Alquil?
What?
1d4. Roll 1 and a d and a 4. 1d4. Okay, cool.
I'm waiting for a message from Alexei, hopefully, to tell me everyone's alive.
So, you wake up, you finish resting after the hour in the pantry. In this pantry, there are, that you can see, 2 doors. One of them is sort of like a big double-sized door. That's the one you've kind of entered through. The other seems to be like a regular human-sized door in the south wall. And these shelves are they're kind of it's weird, they're massively tall shelves at normal human proportions as far as the shelf is concerned. And they're filled with a number of ingredients, but then there's big shelves as well, with a bunch of all sorts of strange looking meats and whatnot.
I'm going to try to stick to. Also, since I had a short rest, I'm gonna spend some of my hit die.
Yeah, feel free.
At least some of us has some hit die to roll. Huh?
28.
You've got some hit dice to be rolling.
Mm-hmm. The new ones. No.
Right?
But yeah, I'm going to go out the servants' quarters, and I'm just going to try to blend in and just listen, figure out what's going on.
Okay, so I assume basically seeing a small door, you head that way because that's the servants' area.
Yeah, and I know I can one-shot a servant.
That's true, but so basically, yeah, you're in the pantry. You enter through the small door. And you're now in this basically it's sort of like a big kitchen. And the room is massive. It's very hot in here. You can see Sheldrake, yes. So the kitchen's area, you can see that it's quite large, and it appears to be built almost in 2 levels. So there's an outskirts, and then there's almost like a catwalk or something on the top that has a number of cooking stations and supplies, and then there's a big kind of central table underneath where there's the actual big giant sized plates are prepared and the likes. And you can see as you enter into the room invisibly, there are about a dozen or so servants that seem to be flying about the room, busily preparing a meal. You probably since they've already had breakfast, they're probably working on getting lunch ready. And you can see they're flying about the room, bringing ingredients here and there. And actually, like as you're exiting from the pantry, kind of like invisibly sneaking off, you see one of the harpies kind of like flies down and like goes into the pantry to get something behind you. It's kind of like, why is this door open? But just shrugs it off. Too busy to like really care. And you can see in the in the in the northern north. Oh no, actually, it's the southwestern corner of the room. There is a big circular hole in the ceiling. And as you're sort of like looking at it, you can see some of the servants like flying up, and then like another batch like flying down through it. That's in the ceiling, about like 40 feet up. There doesn't look to be like a staircase in here.
All right. Any conversation going on, or are they all just dead quiet?
So the conversation that is going on is basically just like them shouting at each other, like, get this, pull this off the fire, like, it's basically like, you're in a kitchen, so like, it's basically like the main chef shouting to all the like sous chefs to like, do this, do that, bring me this, bring me that.
Sous chefs? There's only one usually.
You know what?
Anyway.
I don't care. This is fantasy world.
Just basic.
So you said the only way out of this place was through a hole in the roof?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a door that you came in through. There's actually not another door that leads out into the hallway. And then there's the hole in the ceiling.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll just like head out and start like looking around the castle.
Okay.
I mean, if there's no information for me to gather here, I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, no, they seem far too busy to just be like having idle conversation. Like, wow, did you hear about that thing that happened? And they took those guys and put them right into that room. You know that one room? Yeah.
Yeah, no one told me that.
they're not concerned with that.
But,
so
yeah, I'll keep searching until I figure out like if they're dead or alive.
So you exit back out through the pantry, going out into the main hallway, and roll me
a deck saving throw.
Roll a D
100.
60 for me.
10.
Okay, so it takes you
That's
10.
real
It takes
dice.
you 10 minutes to find a staircase that leads up to the next floor. As you're searching through rooms, you go down straight through the hallway. And there is there's a door at the end that's actually like held open. It doesn't seem to be closed most of the times. And there is a staircase. Now it's a giant like proportioned staircase, so like every step is like 5 feet. So you're like climbing up these steps. There's a staircase that leads up to the next level. And you're in some sort of tower. There's like arrow slits every so often in the walls. There's some sort of tower in the corner of the manor. And that takes you up to the second floor. And from there, you basically like emerge from that tower. There's a door that is again just sort of held open, and you're in the hallway that has the like entrance to the servants' quarters and whatnot in it. And you would know how to get to the balcony and stuff from here. And it's been like an hour
Alright,
and
I'll
10
check
minutes.
the balcony. What's
Okay. And it's been like an hour and 10 minutes. So, as you walk out to the balcony, the door is still open because they haven't bothered closing it. As you like walk out onto the balcony, make a perception check for me.
It wasn't meant to be an advantage. It would have been a 2 instead.
Oh, yeah. So you don't see like a damn thing as you just come striding out onto the balcony. But you can hear the like shouting down below. And I think you basically like look down into the room and see like all the statues have kind of like returned to where they are. But they all have like each one of them has one of your kind of like companions like basically like in a bear hug against their chest, like kind of restrained into place. And none of them seem to be like as far as you could tell from here, none of them seem to be like moving at all. They're all still like unconscious or dead or something. And there are several cloud giants kind of like standing around. One of them is like looking at the throne, just like screaming in rage, shouting orders at the other two, or just kind of like a little bit like, what do we do?
I'm alone up here on the balcony, right?
Yeah, so luckily there's no one up on the balcony as you just stumble out there without paying attention to where you're going.
And Breork is also there somewhere, I assume.
Yeah, Breork's like unconscious with the lot of you.
I'm going to stay in watch.
Okay. So you stay to watch. I guess like how long do you want to just like stay and watch for?
I mean,
And these giants, they make an insight check. Okay. Yeah, I mean you can't really get a read on like what the giants are going to be doing anytime soon. Right now they just seem to be like standing around while one of them is just shouting and screaming at them. The one that is doing the shouting, he looks very similar to the man that kind of like berated you in the master bedroom. But there are slight differences. Like his hair is cut a little bit differently, and he's wearing this kind of like golden mask on his face. That is like got this like basically like this angry scowl on it, and he's just like pointing and shouting and screaming, and he just seems really mad.
Gee, I wonder why.
And I guess like the subtitles would be like, I guess like him shouting and screaming like orders, like find whoever did this, find like, and the other giants are just like calm down, let's wait for them to wake up and we'll figure out what happened. But obviously Lucas doesn't understand a damn thing.
no, I don't understand fucking anything. I gotta fucking make sure they're dead before I leave. Otherwise, I'm gonna feel fucking horrible about it.
Just shoot us with Eldritch Blast. Secure the kill.
You know, I was actually thinking about
Finish
that
them off so they
because
can't
Eldritch
say
Blast
anything.
is a target, so if y'all are dead, I wouldn't have been able to hit y'all with it. But fuck, I'm gonna try to fucking make my way back down. And then I'm gonna try to sneak into the throne. I'm gonna use my last invisibility to sneak into the throne room.
Okay. We'll say it takes you about like 20 minutes to get back down. So like you're still your first invisibility is still going. It's been 30 minutes since you cast it, so. So yeah, you enter back into the throne room and things still seem to be like the same.
Oh, so it's still going? Like my first one is still going when I get here?
Yeah, because like it took
awesome.
you when you left, it took you about 10 minutes to find the stairs up, and then like basically from there you waited for a little bit, went back down another 20 minutes or so. So it's only been 30 minutes out of the hour or so that invisibility lasts.
All right, let's fucking go.
So you like enter into the room from down below, and I think that at this point, when you arrive, there are a few more of these like marble statues that have been brought in. And there's probably about like a dozen or so of them kind of spread around the room. These ones appear to be active. The other ones that are still holding your friends are still kind of like deactivated. But these ones are like active, kind of like just keeping an eye out. While the giants, quite obviously to you now, are just like waiting for your friends to wake up to figure out like what the fuck they were doing.
So it does seem like I can tell that they're waiting.
Yeah, like they're waiting around for something. The giant that was screaming and shouting has kind of calmed down a bit, and it's just kind of like he's just like muttering to himself, basically, like just angrily.
Oh man, Brad.
What?
I don't know, Brad. Okay, I don't know.
What?
I'm thinking here. I'm thinking real hard. All right, I need to make a distraction. Oh shit, there's a lot of fucking those. All right. Using my big brain, I'm gonna do some hard think. And okay, it'll be worth it. I'm gonna place my ever smoking bottle a ways away from here, like, and I'm basically going to try to unstop her and use that as a distraction to lure them away from the throne room.
Okay. So you like go
Hopefully.
off into the hallway somewhere to like unstop her and then like run and hide to wait for them
Yeah.
to try to investigate? All right. Honestly, at this point, I think that we should just
Next time on Game Grumps.
yeah, call it a session here, and then we will pick up.
Lucas is
I wonder. I might just meet up with you like one-on-one at some point to do
and
this
see how
rather
horrible
than
this goes.
rather than like just bore everybody with us talking to each other for an hour or more.
Mm-hmm.
So
Stream it if you do.
I mean, but you don't know what happens.
Yeah, Quill.
It's a secret.
Quill is dead.
Oh, Quill's not dead. All right. So yes, we will call it here. And we'll see what happens next time. We will probably pick up after whatever the hell Lucas gets up to. So until then, right. Next week, I unfortunately, I unfortunately have been scheduled to work for the first time in like forever on a Sunday. So we will not be able to play next week. But then the following week we will be good to go.
All right, and will Zach be in charge of the recaps since he's the one who's doing the solo thing, or do you like how are we handling that?
So let me see here. Well, obviously James can't do it. So who would have been next after him?
The Wormwood Party.
Oh,
We're no longer the Crystal Crusaders. Now we are the Wormwoods.
yeah,
Everyone
I think
make asshole characters. to
Zach
go along with.
Zach can do the recap next time.
I'll need it.
All right.
I'll need the advantage.
All right. So with that, we will adjourn here for the day. Boo.